Good morning, everyone. This is Tim Wilmot speaking from Wizard Systems. Thanks for joining me today for GoldMine 101, our regular series of GoldMine presentations. And this morning, I'm going to focus on the GM+View tab. What is it and how can it be used? Now, this is just a short call, approximately a quarter of an hour or so. It's not an in-depth coverage of this feature of GoldMine. It's not meant to be training. My company, Wizard Systems, offers many extensive training options that you might like to consider. Now, also on the call today, we've got people using all sorts of different versions of GoldMine, as we normally do. I'll be showing you the latest version, but pretty much everything I mentioned has been in all recent releases of GoldMine. It's the GM+View tab, I think, has been in GoldMine since version 6, so it's always been there. But I do find that sometimes people are not aware of all of the capabilities of GoldMine, and that's very much the case of the GM+View tab. People see it there maybe on a tab bar or against a contact record, but don't know exactly how it should be used, and that's exactly what this session is all about. Now, the audio part of this presentation is one way only. If you've got any questions, please type those into your question section on your meeting control panel. I'll do my best to answer those at the end. If you can keep them relevant to the session, that would be good, but I'll answer any question you've got on any GoldMine topic. Also, at the end of the call, I'll give you a quick update on any GoldMine product news. This call is being recorded as well. After the presentation, you'll receive an automatic email from our system with a link to recording, and we'll most likely pop it up on our YouTube channel as well. Okay, first of all, just a brief mention about Wizard Systems, top supplier worldwide of GoldMine. We've been doing GoldMine a long time now, and we have many services to assist you to make sure you get the most out of GoldMine. So if you need any help with implementation, upgrades, customizing GoldMine more, integrating it with other applications, we also support a wide range, well over a dozen popular add-on productivity tools to GoldMine, just to extend what GoldMine can do for you. So we cover support of all the key ones that are quite popular in the GoldMine community. And we also offer many extensive training options. We can train you at your place. You can come to us. We're based near Bristol, UK, or we can do it online. And we've got a help desk, a permanently manned help desk, a friendly, responsive help desk to answer any of your questions. Okay, so let's get started then. So this is GoldMine, latest version, and the GM+View tab. You probably would have seen it before. You might already be using it for some for displaying some data relating to a contact. There it is there, sat on the GoldMine contact bar, the tab bar there. Now in the top right corner, you're able to toggle between different views. So I'm displaying now quite a typical classic GM+View tab, the company website. So I've selected a company record. There's their primary website address, and that will display it to me. So essentially, the GM+View tab is like a web page within GoldMine. Anything you can do with a website, anything you can do with a web page, you can pretty much do with this view within GoldMine. So it can pull in information relating about this customer. It can pull in information from virtually any web resource, any website that relates to this contact. We're passing over to that website information about this customer, their website address, their company name, the person's name, and so on. Now, also with the later releases of GoldMine, GoldMine has included integration with a few social networks, primarily Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So if you're using any of those, and LinkedIn is a pretty popular one from a business point of view, that information can be accessed as a GM+View tab. So these screens I'm going to show you are all included with later releases of GoldMine, and it just takes a a little bit of a minor setup just to expose those so you can start using them. So from that top right corner there, in that drop down list, you've got access to all of the various GM+ views that you've got set up. And some of these social networking ones have come with the later releases of GoldMine. So you can see at the top there, the ability to look at the company's Facebook page, doing a company search, a contact search on the primary contact name or Facebook profile. You just select those and that will then quickly bring up all the information about that particular Facebook identity. With these social networking links, it's also possible to put into GoldMine to record against this contact their Facebook ID, their Twitter ID, and their LinkedIn ID, so that when any of your colleagues, any other GoldMine user goes to this GM+View tab, instantly they can see if someone's previously recorded their ID. Of course, you can see that with the relevant option there. So there's an example of Facebook, and then we've got Google. Of course, you can do all this through your browser, but it just makes it nice and easy when it's sat within GoldMine. It makes it quicker and easier for the users. So we can do, for example, a Google company search. It's going to pass over the contact name there. And indeed, any of these GM+View tabs, they can be amended with a little bit of tweaking, so it can pass over any information to the relevant search engine there. But that's doing a Google company search. LinkedIn, let's do a LinkedIn contact search there. So there we are, passing over the contact name to LinkedIn. We find that's quite a popular tool that's used by many of our GoldMine customers using LinkedIn, so why not integrate that to your GoldMine CRM database? If you've recorded, as I say, if you've recorded the LinkedIn profile, then you can go to it there without having to do any search for it. Those ID references are included in some user-defined fields. So user-defined fields can be displayed in a couple of different places, but I've got a fields tab here where I can see my social networking IDs for this particular contact. There they are there. Right, back to the GM+View tab. So let's continue on the social networking side. So let's go to Twitter profile down there. And up comes shortly our Twitter feed, or the Twitter feed for this contact. So there's some examples of some of the social networking ones. Some other GM+View tabs a little bit more interesting that we've done, Wizard Systems have created. Some of you may be aware of a company information, company research website called DueDil. It's a free resource out there on the web. You can log in and use it very easily. You can log in actually with your LinkedIn ID. But that will then display the company information held on DueDil for this current contact there. So there we are. We can dive into them and see a bit more information about them. Also, we can link, quite commonly, we've linked GoldMine through the GM+View tab to external applications. So for example, a typical one there might be Sage. If you're using a Sage accounting system, Sage 50 or Sage 200, then that information can be passed over to Sage. So we're giving here the user a real-time view of Sage data within GoldMine. It's not taking up a Sage license. So when we're linking to these external applications, and these external applications could cost you money as regards user licenses, this isn't costing us anything. It's a free read-only display. You're giving the user a lot more useful information about, in this example, financial transactions against this account by instantly interrogating Sage 50, Sage 200, and displaying on the GM+View tab in any way you want to. This is just an example. This whole screen can be tweaked. It's a web page after all. So that can be heavily customized to display anything you want to. And we use a very popular add-on sales quotation tool for GoldMine called QuoteWorks. So I could dive into quotes here, and this will bring up all of the previous quotes we've done for this customer. So you may have some users that don't have access to the QuoteWorks application, but you still want to be able to allow them to see previous quotes. Now, what QuoteWorks does is that when you actually create the quote, it stores the quote in a PDF format. So that PDF file, that PDF quote is sat on the server, and we can now allow users just by clicking on a little icon there to display that quote there without actually calling up the application. So again, you're saving money on those license costs there. So just a few examples of the GM+View tab. Think about what other applications you use that relates to a customer. Do you use any website resource? So we've linked GoldMine to, I showed DueDeal earlier on, but we've linked it to OneSource and a few other company research pages that just makes it easier to access those applications without any sign-on and typing in the customer's contact details of the company name. It just makes it a whole lot quicker and easier to use. Okay, so what I normally do on our Tuesday session is open this out now to any questions you may have. As I say, if you can try and keep it to this topic, but I'm more than happy in answering any question you've got about any GoldMine topic out there. So first question from Wendy. Can you create your own views? Yes, you can. As with most things, there are some simple things you can do. There are other more complex things that you may want Wizard Systems assistance with. Because as a web page, you're using HTML, and if you're wanting to integrate to another application, you may need to just seek a little bit of help and guidance from ourselves as regards whether it's something you can do, Wendy, or maybe we could do for you. So let us know what you have in mind there, Wendy, and we can let you know what the best approach would be. Next question from Joe. Can you have two screens open at the same time? No, I don't think so. You can actually display the browser at the top of your screen as one of the main tabs. So you've got that alternate view there, but no, it's just one at a time. And Joe's also asking, I saw mention of a GoldMine archive. What is that? The GoldMine archive view is something that we've created, which sometimes we find some of our customers that have been using GoldMine a long time, for example, well over a decade, you might have amassed a lot of emails, a lot of history, which on some older servers could slow down the performance in accessing this older information. So we've created this GoldMine archive view, which basically means that we copy off all of your old history into a secure place, and then via the GoldMine archive view, we can still access it in a read-only way. We can still access that data, but it's not impacting the performance of your GoldMine system. So that's what the GoldMine archive view is there, Joe. Next question from Rabina. Sorry about the line connection cutting out. Do apologize for that. Next question from Andrew. Can you link to a resource where you have to log in with a password like a credit score system like Experian? I will need to check that with Experian. We might have done that before, Andrew, but normally there should be some kind of sign on there. Next question, another question from Rabina. In our GM+View for LinkedIn, the login page shows up and we can't log in to view the profile. Okay, I'll have our support look at that, Rabina. As I say, what you could try is log into LinkedIn via your default browser first of all, and then see if that works. Next question from Martin. Is it possible to display the file directory on the local hard drive or server to view the quote folder, or at least the structure? Yes, you can, Martin. We have actually created views in the past looking at Windows Explorer and also giving previews of files as well within that GM+View screen. Thank you, Rabina. Rabina, you will actually be getting a recording to the presentation, so that should be, you should have a good continuous display of what we've covered this morning. Okay, I don't think there's any more. Oh, one more question coming through. Also, sometimes when using the Google search on the company name, it doesn't search the full company name. Again, Rabina, I'll check with our support department. I don't know whether that's a view that is a default view that you've got there, or one of the views that you might have created yourself. I'll check on that. Next question from Dean. As you mentioned, QuoteWorks is saved as a PDF. Presume any other PDFs can be viewed in the same way. Yes, within reason, Dean. With QuoteWorks, when it creates a quote, when it creates a PDF quote, they're all stored in a consistent folder on your network, and that makes it easy for the GM+View tab to pick it up and display it. So the answer to your question is yes. If information is displayed in a consistent manner, then potentially another GM+View could be created to display those PDFs from say another application. Yeah, okay, thanks, Dean. Yeah, you do a lot of visuals which are saved as PDFs, so yes, they could be displayed there. Okay, if any late questions come through, I will answer those separately by email later on, but thanks very much for your questions. Just to keep you up to date with what's happening on the GoldMine scene, we had our GoldMine Hotfix 2 of the latest release. The latest release of GoldMine is 2015.2, Hotfix 2. We are expecting Hotfix 3. It's normally the first Thursday of the month, so we are due one very shortly, and we will inform you. It'll be up on our GoldMine blog instantly as it appears, and you can then download that and get any latest hot fixes there for the GoldMine application. We've got a GoldMine advanced training course where we'll no doubt make mention of the GM+View tab on the 8th of March. You're very welcome. Please contact us for details and pricing. And also, thanks for people's suggestions recently. I had a good suggestion for covering, yesterday I had a good suggestion for covering looking at the pros and cons of GoldMine, how you manage contacts within a company, the additional contacts tab versus using the relationship tab. Quite a good idea, and I will slot that into the schedule, and we'll no doubt cover that in due course. But any suggestions for future topics, please email me, tim@wizard-systems.com. My name again is Tim Wilmot. Thanks very much for your time today. As there's any late questions that come in, I did see a couple late questions there. We'll cover those separately via email, but thanks very much for your time and have a good day. Thank you.